go. All right, so I have started the recording. This is Design 300, the lecture. On Tuesday, December 8th, we have one more lecture, and then the course is done, except for your final exam. So let's take a look and see what we're going to cover today. I'm going to go over your final portfolio submittal, some tips and suggestions for how you can make it the best that you can possibly make it. We'll talk about the final exam, and if you did the Minecraft project, what that final exam looks like. And then I do have a couple of portfolios that have been submitted, and I think I'll show those because it's pretty cool. I like showing good work. So here we go. Let's take a look at final portfolio submittal. An electronic copy is required. Remember, if there is no submittal, then you go down one letter grade in the class. So you have to get something in. Here's all this kind of stuff here. I've got some people have already submitted. That's cool. But let's take a look and see let's see if I can see here. There we go. Let's take a look and see about some things that'll make that portfolio submittal as best as it can be. So here's one about the first few pages. Okay, remember on the cover page, be sure to edit it with your name and your WID number and add some images to it. And make sure that they're images that you're allowed to use. All right, so, I'm not, that's kind of a bummer. There we go. Thank you. That might help a little bit. Let me get out of there, pin that. There we go. Now I can see. There we go. So there's the final portfolio one, and that's where you'll submit. So on the cover page, you will edit your name and WID number, add some things. Student learning outcomes, you don't do anything there. But your contents page, this is hard, and I've talked about this. You need to give an idea of what you learned in each section. And so that requires some thinking, and it's probably, I think, the hardest part of what there is to do in this whole thing. Okay, identify what it is that you learned. So that's what you do on those first few pages. Let's take a look at that. That's here. You would put your name and your WID number right there, and you would get rid of this wording in this block and put a picture or a few pictures that represent what you learned in the class. The student learning outcome page, you don't do anything. It's just there given to you. And this page, your contents page, is where you write a general description of each thing. And if we did not cover it, you can put intentionally left blank, did not cover this. Okay? So that's what you're able to do on the cover page. And I think Adrian put some stuff on the cover page, the contents page. So let's take a look and see. So this says that it starts with a basic description of site work, and it says that you worked on a site plan drawing and a master format spec. You might say master format spec for it might say something about the proctor exam too. So here, residential and flooring ensure everything under the building is safe. Finish like carpet, safety measures, concrete, right? So You can see it's a very, very brief summary so that if somebody was to read this, they'd have an idea of the class. So that's pretty succinct right there. Okay, so for your tricks, your tips, and your sections that may have been missed. Okay, so we did skip some sections, and for those people that did the alternate research that did the Minecraft work, you skipped additional sections. So you would just put in there, this section is intentionally left blank. Right there. Okay, so just know that you're allowed to do that. We still want the pages of the portfolio there, but you get to say that they were blank. Okay, so here's some tricks, tips, and suggestions. This is all basic. Read the comments that I've given. When you submit something, read the comments. Now, I've noticed that some people submit early in the pre-check, and I make comments, and they don't address the comments, and I get the same thing back again. That's not useful. That's not helping you do a better job or learn about the revision process. So go back, read all of the comments, and make sure that you've addressed everything. Now, many of you, my comments were just like, wow, this looks great. I have nothing else to say. So those you would go back and read and just feel good. The other ones, you would go back and you would make the adjustments and feel good. So it's all about creating the best product that you possibly can. And remember, these portfolios are what get work for you. They either help you land a job. If you go to an interview and do well at the interview, the next step is they're going to ask to see your portfolio. Because some people talk a great game and don't play a great game. And so they're gonna want to see your work. Once you get past that step, they're gonna plop you down in front of a computer and you're gonna design, or draft, or do a calculation, or read a print, or discuss what you see. There's a physical action portion to every job interview. Every job interview that I've been on in design and every job interview that I've given in design. If you're going to work in the design hub, you're going to prove that you have the skills as an example. If you're going to be a Minecraft tech, you'll prove through your portfolio and then getting on and doing something that you can do the job. If you're going to be a programmer, we're going to give you a simple programming job. You have to show that you can do the job. That is how industry works. You got to prove it. So you want to get this to be the best that you can possibly be. Nowadays, you might be up against 5, 10, 100, 200 other people, all trying to get that job. And nobody's going to go, I just like so-and-so so much that they get the job no matter what. That just doesn't happen. You do have to get in there and, in a way, luck out that that you've presented. It's not luck. You make your own luck. But you present exactly what they're looking for. So once you've read the comments, then you go back and you review the look to see if it's fairly consistent all throughout. Pretty much the same font size, the same style, the same, if pictures have rounded corners, they have rounded corners. If they have sharp corners, they have sharp corners. The basics of it should be fairly consistent because this particular portfolio is set up to mimic a specification. here's the hard part. Add links to your last pages, section 10. Okay, so when I look at section 10, and hopefully you've been doing this, we've talked about it as we go. What links did you use on that page? Where did you get your information? Okay, this can take you an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours if it's not already done. And you'll just want to go through and fill those out. Make sure that you've got a set of links that go to where you got your... Now, you don't have to make it perfect. If it was off of a Wikipedia, just put that Wikipedia in there. You don't have to tie it to each word that you got. But this is really key. And if you can show this when you go in for an interview that says, I document my work, people can follow my work. If you want to see what I did, you can check my work. That puts you head and shoulders above everybody else who's trying to get in there that does not have this skill. This is a well-received skill to document what you did so that somebody can check it. Because that's how we ensure safety. That it's all about safety, safety, safety. It's not about you're good, you're bad, you're the best, you're the worst. It's about safety. Somebody's got to check your work. So please be sure to get your links in here for each of the different pages. And you can see how I put some of them in. That was one way to do it. The other way is just to write link 1, link 2, link 3. Okay, Adrian put them in. I've got Adrian's up because it was submitted and I could see it. There it is. There's the trenching and excavation, clearing and grubbing, So those, it's real easy. I can go through there and I can click on that and go, that's where that compacting information came from. Stuff like that. Clearing and grubbing from Caltrans. And if you ever need to get back to it, you've got your links where you can go back to it. So this one was very nicely done. If you need to combine PDFs, maybe you did all of yours as separate units and you want to combine them, you can either combine them in PDF. If you want to take something out, you can split the PDF, or you can work completely in Google Slides. Okay, so these are just 3 quick videos that show you how to work. And so I'm not going to play the videos. I could, but if you're interested, you can get in there and just watch those videos. They're pretty cool, though. You know, they got this cool animated guy with a good voice and showing you how to combine things. Same guy how to split things. And then you got me showing you how to combine, how to use Google Slides to combine Google Slides. Okay, so there's what we've got for that. I'm just kind of cruising through all of the requirements because the work is done. Work is done. And I did see good work. I saw good work in Unit 8 that I was very happy with to see. And it's cool that, like I said, this is my favorite part of the semester because I get to see just everything all put together and really, really, really good work. All right, so final exam. Here's the timed assessment for the final exam. And so you're able to take it right now if you feel like it. And as a preview, it's very, very straightforward. First of all, it is open notes, open internet, open brain, but yours only. You can only take information from your portfolio, not somebody else's. Okay? It's got to be out of your brain, not somebody else's. Although the internet, if you can't find it, you can go on the internet and look at it. It is a timed exam. I think I've given you 2 hours to cut and paste a little bit. Okay, so this comes concrete, straight from your what material did you use and what are the benefits and the drawbacks? Describe how Portland cement is made. Provide a summary of steel product or process that you used, where, how, and why it's used. How is it standardized? How is steel standardized? And how is the workforce trained? And these can all be cut and paste from your portfolio or from the web. And here's your wood research, which you guys just turned in. Did a very, very nice job on that too. 4 wood milling processes, cant sawing and plane sawing, all that kind of stuff. 2 wood aging processes, air dry, kiln dry. There are some others. What does sustainable mean? And we went over this really well last time. Is Volkswagen, what type of role model are they for professionalism? And at this time, they may change. At this time, they are the worst possible example. And I should say one of the worst, because Boeing is right there with them now. Okay, so there we go. That's your final exam. So that's due, as well as all of the other timed exams. So everything that you see in graded work requirements is due by Thursday at 11 p.m. except the final exam. Oh, and if you're doing an alternate final exam, we have one that takes questions right from your Minecraft. So everything except final exam and alternate final exam are due Thursday. Okay, let's take a look. I'll put it right up here. Everything is due. All timed assessments except the final exam, Thursday, December 10th. And I'll put one of these up here for you so that you know that your final exam is due anytime over that week through the 17th. So I'll put that up for you shortly. Okay, so now I just wanted to show you a couple of these. I wanted to show you Nick's. Okay, very, very cool one. He's got some nice stuff in here. So he hasn't finished this stuff out. Okay, it'll be if he doesn't present another one, it'll be a very minor ding, and he hasn't filled this out yet. But, you know, some people turn stuff in and go, okay, it's not due yet. I still have time to finish it, but at least I got it in. And that's okay to do. You can do that. So, look, I mean, that just kind of looks nice. It's a good size. It's clear. It's easy to read. It's got a pretty consistent format from here to here as you look at the 2 text boxes. This shows very definitely that work was added and answers the questions. Good use of bold. And again here. Now, this is interesting that this format for these bullets is a little bit different than these ones. That's something that you could look at. I'm not going to take points off for it, but it's a comment that you could look at. These look really nice. This is very, very cool. Again, no images. It's nice if images are down here, but they don't have to be. This also looks very clean. Here, oh, look at that. Got the same style going on. Very, very good. If you look at this style and you look at this style, you recognize it. That's very nice. Again, I can absolutely tell that there were things done here. So that's cool. And there we go. It's he's meeting all the requirements. And again, it looks clean. They're all kind of the rounded corners and stuff like that. Unit 3. This is good. Indented one more. That's okay. This is all the style looks very similar as it goes. Meeting all the requirements. And it looks very complete. Okay. Things are well filled up. They're not crammed in. Same style every time. Looking pretty good. I'm not seeing what was done on this one right now. So that might be a little bit of a minor ding on completeness. But everything is looking pretty darn good here. Number 5 we didn't do. So this should be replaced with intentionally left blank. I would erase all this and say intentionally left blank, intentionally left blank, intentionally left blank. And then into the material reports, put the nice background on. Material reports, nice background. And material report, nice background. So that all looked like it followed. This should say left blank. And I'm seeing a bunch of links, so that's good. Okay. Where it seems that where links were appropriate, they've been put in. So I like that. That's pretty nice. He should erase this one. Wasn't done. Okay, so there's a little bit of a review of one portfolio. As we said, this is Adrian's portfolio. Let's take a look. So this one's got the images up there that kind of show what's going on. This one's got the summary. This one does have images down at the bottom. Again, this is clean and easy to read, all kind of the same size. Everything's identified, good use of bold. Well filled out at the same size. Same thing, 3 images, same type of a design. Also looks very good. This one is nice because it does give the sample, the example of what was being used. Well done all the way across the board. Again, 3 images. Now these ones, what Adrian decided to do is just get rid of those sections, which you can also do. You can see 5, 6, 7, and 8 are gone because Adrian did the alternate project that was kind of the equivalent amount of work, where it was an actual simulation environment where the processes 1 through 4 were done. You can see that there's site analysis, there's grubbing and clearing, excavation, foundation, and examples of doing it. And then there's an actual design process with windows, walls, floors, windows, walls, and doors. And we did not do roofs in this one because it doesn't really lend itself to cool roof work. And all the links. So there we go. Let's see if that went through everything. We went through the 2 final exams. There we go. That's it. Do you have any questions at this point? Okay, then I'm going to turn off the record.